Presumptive conditions are conditions that if you are diagnosed and you show that you were in service at a certain time in a certain place, you are automatically given service connection. Now, when it comes to the use of Agent Orange, there were a couple of different ways that they were dispersing Agent Orange and different ways that you may have come close to this contamination. The first is aerial spraying. That's basically where they take it in aerosol form and spray it over top of vegetation in order for it to be cleared out completely. I've heard stories of veterans who were around all of this aerosol form of Agent Orange, in which they were spraying it throughout the air, and no one was wearing any protective gear at all. Granted, at the time, no one knew how dangerous and terrible it would be for people to ingest, but there were no protections in place to keep you safe. The other way is through ground application. A lot of military operations utilized it to put it on the ground in order to destroy as much vegetation as possible. Another way is contaminated equipment, where if you had anything that you wore that may have come in contact with the ground that was contaminated or the aerosol spray that was sprayed throughout the air, you then have equipment that is contaminated that you're going to continue to ingest in many different ways. Another way is through contaminated water, because all of that stuff has to flow somewhere and it would flow into the drinking water while people were serving in Vietnam. And on top of that, there are certain groups that had a higher risk of exposure compared to other groups, such as those serving in Vietnam, the Korean Demilitarized Zone, Laos, Cambodia, Guam, American Samoa, Johnson Atoll, and all Thailand bases, as well as C-123 aircraft personnel and naval operations.